Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Cosa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
In a historic announcement today in New York, FBI Director Kash Patel unveiled a sweeping takedown targeting corruption at the highest levels of professional basketball and organized crime. Former and current NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier, were taken into custody as part of a nationwide investigation spanning 11 states. This was not a routine enforcement action. It was a meticulously coordinated strike against an illegal gambling network intertwined with La Cosa Nostra families, including the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese factions. The scope of the operation is unprecedented. Over 30 individuals connected to these criminal enterprises were arrested in a single day, all facing charges ranging from wire fraud and money laundering to extortion, robbery, and illegal gambling. The investigation, lasting more than 2 years, exposed complex schemes that combined the reach of organized crime with insider access to professional sports. According to Director Patel, the fraud uncovered was not measured in thousands or even millions, but tens of millions of dollars siphoned through intricate networks of illegal activity. At the heart of the investigation were two intertwined schemes. The first, codenamed Operation Nothing But Bet, targeted illegal sports betting within the NBA. 6 defendants, including Jones and Rozier, exploited confidential information about players and teams to manipulate prop bets. Non-public details, such as when players would sit out or leave games early, were used to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent wagers. In some cases, players' actions were directly influenced to ensure the bets paid off. These fraudulent winnings were then laundered through peer-to-peer platforms, bank transfers, and cash exchanges, generating substantial illicit profits for the conspirators. One notable example occurred in March 2023 in Charlotte, when Terry Rozier, then with the Hornets, allegedly exited a game after 9 minutes under the guise of injury. Using this insider knowledge, associates placed over $200,000 in bets on his underperformance, netting tens of thousands in profit. This manipulation demonstrates how sports integrity was directly compromised, turning public competitions into instruments of personal gain. Every NBA game affected by these schemes represents a violation of both federal law and the principles of fair play. The second scheme, Operation Venn Diagram, revealed a technologically sophisticated operation in illegal high-stakes poker. Dating back to 2019, defendants, including Chauncey Billups, used custom shuffling machines, barcoded decks, hidden cameras, contact lenses, and even X-ray tables to cheat unsuspecting players, often called fish, in games across New York, Las Vegas, Miami, and the Hamptons. These so-called face cards, comprised of well-known professional athletes and associates, made the games appear legitimate while systematically defrauding participants of tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars per session. The poker operations were heavily influenced and backed by organized crime families. Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese family members managed the games, ensured debt collection, and enforced compliance through intimidation and, at times, acts of violence. Proceeds were laundered via shell companies, cryptocurrency transfers, and cash exchanges, while some defendants even committed armed robberies to obtain rigged equipment or to enforce repayment. In total, losses from the poker scheme exceeded $7 million, with individual victims losing as much as $1.8 million in a single game. Director Patel emphasized that these arrests mark a pivotal moment in the FBI's mission to protect the legal sports and gambling industries. By targeting insider betting, illegal gambling, and organized crime, the Bureau is sending a clear message: illicit conduct will not be tolerated, whether it occurs in the public spotlight of professional sports or behind the closed doors of underground poker games. Every defendant apprehended today remains presumed innocent until proven guilty, but the evidence collected over years of investigation is extensive and compelling. United States Attorney Noel highlighted the significance of these indictments. While the cases are legally separate, one focused on NBA insider betting and the other on rigged poker, their intersection underscores the wide reach of criminal influence when sports, technology, and organized crime converge. Several defendants, including Damon Jones, were charged in both operations, revealing the breadth of their involvement. The coordinated effort involved not only the FBI, but also the NYPD, Homeland Security Investigations, and local law enforcement agencies, exemplifying the power of interagency collaboration in dismantling complex criminal networks. The implications of these arrests extend beyond professional basketball. They serve as a warning to anyone engaged in illegal gambling or attempting to manipulate sports outcomes. Federal authorities are watching. The legal gambling industry, fully compliant with regulations, remains protected. However, those seeking to exploit inside information, rig games, or profit from deception will face rigorous investigation and prosecution. According to Director Patel, this case is effectively the insider trading saga for the NBA, demonstrating that accountability applies at every level, from players and coaches to criminal syndicates manipulating the system behind the scenes. In both operations, the FBI employed cutting-edge investigative tools, leveraging technology to trace fraudulent activity, monitor communications, and collect irrefutable evidence. From analyzing betting patterns and financial transactions to examining altered gaming equipment and surveillance footage, agents worked tirelessly over thousands of hours to build airtight cases. Their efforts ensured that the criminal networks, no matter how sophisticated, could be held accountable in federal court. The arrests of Billups, Rozier, Jones, and others represent a historic moment in the fight against organized crime and sports corruption. By bringing public figures and criminal operatives alike to justice, the FBI demonstrates that no one is above the law. The Department of Justice, along with courageous prosecutors, will continue to present these cases in court, ensuring due process while protecting the integrity of professional sports and the broader gambling industry. As the NBA season continues, the message is clear: manipulation, cheating, and collusion have consequences. Investigators will continue monitoring for irregularities, and federal enforcement agencies remain committed to rooting out corruption wherever it exists. This dual operation, spanning professional basketball and high-stakes poker, has not only dismantled criminal networks, but has reaffirmed the principle that sportsmanship, fair play, and lawfulness are non-negotiable in America. The public can take assurance that the FBI, in partnership with interagency law enforcement teams, remains vigilant against threats to both safety and fairness. These cases demonstrate the depth of investigative work required to expose deeply hidden networks of fraud and corruption, and the results underscore the Bureau's commitment to justice, accountability, and the protection of lawful commerce in sports and entertainment.